In the previous video, we worked with creating a consistent character in a cinematic style. Working from a script, we found a look for our main character Svenja, and we started placing her in location for scenes from the script. Our next stage is to find the look for other characters from the script, and then to place them together in scenes. Placing several consistent characters together is easier said than done. Right now, as of version 4 in the middle of February, Midjourney is outstanding at doing a single subject. Great at placing that subject in a setting. But when it comes to placing two subjects together in a setting, Midjourney mostly fails. The solution to this problem right now is to use Photoshop or other image editing software to get the results you're after. My guess is that future versions of Midjourney will have great functionality for consistent characters and how to combine them. In the meantime, we tinker and adjust as best we can. First, we need to create a second character. In the first scene in the script, Svenja meets her new boss for the first time. All the info the script gives us is his name and age. Jefferson, aged 50. But from the dialogue, we get that he's a bit pretentious and narcissistic, soon sparking a conflict with Svenja. So how does he look? First, we try to generate a photographic portrait, using simple prompts until we find a face we can work with. The first few attempts doesn't give us the character we're looking for. With small adjustments to the prompt, a character pops up that we'd like to explore further. We upscale that image and use it to place him in one of our locations. We use one image prompt link for our character and one for our location. From experience, we know we need a short text prompt to go with the images to steer us in the right direction style-wise. Pretty soon we get a handful of images of Jefferson that we can use for later image prompts. But the next step is the trickiest. How can we place two consistent characters in a scene together? First, we can test if Midjourney understands basic film language, like the main terms for having two characters in the same shot, over-the-shoulder shot, and two-shot. Putting our characters aside for a moment, we prompt for over-the-shoulder shots. Our resulting images show that the basic composition can come out okay. But Midjourney blends elements in an unwanted way. Things like beards have a tendency run amok. Let's try to simplify the prompt further before we move on. This time, we just prompt for a man and a woman having a conversation. From the results, we can see that the style falls apart. So cinematic terms like over-the-shoulder shot actually helps us maintain a cinematic style. Our experiments show that the term two-shot isn't helpful. Instead, we can just describe how two characters are positioned in the shot and what their action is. As we can see from these tests, we need to steer towards our style using image or text prompts, or a combination of both. The most intuitive thing would be if you could feed Midjourney image prompts of your two characters and just write something like two people talking. But that doesn't work in this version. We can get the style to where we want with simple text prompting in addition to the image prompts. But your two characters will not come out consistent. So we need some workarounds. The first method we're going to look at takes advantage of the over-the-shoulder composition. In this shot type, we often only see the face of one of the characters clearly. Let's try combining 3 image prompts with a text prompt. One of the reference images shows an over-the-shoulder shot, while the 2 other images show our characters. The text prompt tries to set our style and composition. This method gives us okay results that we can upscale and do some more tweaking on. Method number 2 is to put together a reference image in Photoshop that we can feed back into Midjourney as an image prompt. Nothing fancy, just the 2 characters cut and pasted together in a location. The important thing is seeing what Midjourney can do with it. Using that photoshopped reference image together with a prompt gives us promising results. But there are signs that the cinematic style, and especially faces and eyes, are falling apart. We tried to add another reference image prompt of Svenja's face to hopefully make her look more consistent. All in all, this method works pretty well, but needs a fair amount of Photoshop work on the generated images to fix wonky eyes, adjust colors, add texture to skin, and so on. My third option uses remixing to add characters' faces. First, we try to generate a good over-the-shoulder shot just using a text prompt. If we get an image we'd like to use, we remix it, pressing the V button connected to the image. This pops up the remix window where we can adjust the prompt. Here we add an image prompt of our main character's face. The method can give okay results, but needs a lot of tinkering to get the initial prompt right, with hairstyle, clothing, colors, location, and so on. We can try to combine method 2 and 3. First, we use our photoshopped reference image of the two characters in the location together with a text prompt. Then we try to remix with an image prompt of our main character's face to strengthen her consistency. The results here shows clear signs of falling apart style-wise, so sticking to the simpler methods give better images. To sum up, placing two consistent characters together in a Midjourney image right now is complicated. There are methods that give okay results, but they need a lot of tinkering and adjustments, as well as Photoshop work. What do you want us to tackle in our upcoming videos? Different cinematic genres and their unique looks, lighting, action scenes. Leave your suggestions in the comments below.